again. Welcome to another video. It's your boy Alfred here once again. Yeah, today's topic is on working with what you have. You have to work with what you have at that moment before getting something larger or something that you truly desire. Listen, man, we can't always get straight to what we want or to a place that we want to be. So it means that we have to work with whatever we have at the moment. You see, the universe or the supreme at times will either give you something to work with, right, or will give you or will put you rather in a situation that you'll have to work on that situation so that you have in that situation rather so that you elevate yourself. We are, as man, always have to be elevating ourselves since we want to see a better version of ourselves, right? But we don't, at least for most or majority of us, we don't start at the top, right? Hardly anyone starts at the top, right? So if you want to go to the top, you want to see the best version of yourself in whatever situation or whatever endeavor that you embark on. You have to start with whatever you have, work with that, right? Right, whatever you desire, right? Whatever lifestyle you desire, whatever items you desire, right? You will get there eventually, right? You will get that what you want, but it's not an easy feat, right? It's not something that comes easy. Nothing comes easy, for that matter, in life, right? Nothing ever comes easy for anyone, right? Maybe except for a few who were born with a silver platter, right? Born into a much more wealthy environment, right? But even then, right, they still have their own demons to fight, right? They still have their own desires that they would like to get. So in actual fact, really no one gets it that easy. Some people may be favored here and there. Some people are smart and intelligent enough to understand how they can attract what they want, right? But you can't have it all. And unfortunately, there's some of us who really have to work more than others, right? It's just like class. In class or at school, some people are just naturally going to understand the teacher or whatever class they're in better than others. Some may take a long time, some may not ever understand. That's how it goes, right? But those who even work hard to understand, and then at the end of the day, they ace their test, they ace their exams, and are able to get good grades. So it's all about working with whatever you have, preparing yourself, planning, and all that, right? But I'm here to say that at the end of the day, right, whatever the Supreme gives you at that moment, take care of it, whether it's your body, right? Let's take an example, your body, right? It's the most basic thing that you have, right? The most basic, the most natural. If you're not going to take care of that, right, you're not going to have another body, you're not going to get another body. So why don't you just take care of that? Once you take care of that, then you're subconsciously going to tell yourself that, or you're going to subconsciously tell the world that you deserve whatever is coming, or you deserve whatever, right, you want, because you're just taking care of the basics, right? Staying fit, right? Staying clean, right? Staying fresh, right? And I myself have to get a haircut. I'm going to get one today, trim my beard, just things like that, man. Working with whatever you have. And that's a good example because at times we feel a bit conscious about our our bodies, our image, because at times we think we're too short, we're too fat, we're too thin, right? But the good thing or the good news about that is that you can always change. I mean, the only thing that you may not be able to change is your face, right? And your height, maybe. But even that, right, should not stop anyone from seeing the best version of yourself. And this is what it's all about, man. We all as men have to try our level best to see the best version of ourselves. Now, if we're still on the topic of your body, right? It doesn't hurt doing a bit of push-ups here and there, pull-ups, right? Squats here and there. It doesn't hurt. In fact, it's gonna help you a lot, right? You may not see gains at the moment, you may not see that, but as far as you're consistent, right, you're eventually going to see something, right? So you're telling the universe, telling the Supreme, hey, listen, I'm still in the game. I'm doing something. And people will subconsciously pick up on that, right? And you're also telling your subconscious that whatever you desire, your desires, right? You deserve them, right? Because you're working with what you have. You're not looking at the shortcomings. We all have shortcomings. No matter who you are, no matter who the most confident person in the world is, right? There will be shortcomings. We'll think that our nose maybe is too big. Our mouth, we don't have the sexy lips. It doesn't matter, right? I've been bald for like almost 10 years, right? Right, I don't care, man. I usually cut my hair bald, and I rock with the beard. It doesn't matter, right? Shouldn't. You have to work whatever you have, right? So it's all about never giving up on that, right? Never giving up on yourself, and working with what you have, right? A good example would be if you have maybe a broke down car. Now this is a segue right here to part 2 of this video, right? That you gotta work with what you have, but at the same time, don't really settle for what you think is not is what is below your standard, right? But also at the same time, don't be too delusional to think that you deserve things that are way above your pay grade, for example, right? For instance, maybe your pay grade or whatever you deserve, right? Be realistic, but keep things that you desire, right? Make sure that the things that are realistic and they can come, right? You can get them in a realistic manner. Otherwise, you'll tend to be delusional and seek out fantasies. That's not the way of a man. A man does not seek out fantasies, right? So keep your standards, but don't go towards fantasies, things that you cannot afford, things that you cannot handle, right? Things that at that moment at least, you don't deserve them, right? And you don't deserve them not because that you're not meant to have them, but the fact that you've not worked on yourself or worked enough to actually own those things. The reason I usually say this is that if you aren't able to work on yourself, right, above surface level, the things that you own will eventually own you. Now, a lot of people don't usually tend to understand that the elements of that things that you own will end up owning you, right? And that's because they own you, and that's because you're not mentally ready to actually drive and operate your life with those things, right? It's just like giving a kid money. what's the first thing a kid is going to do? Probably going to go and buy some sweets, some candy, right? Even if you tell the kid, hey, listen, go and buy a textbook maybe, right? They're more likely to buy candy and sweets and shit like that. But those are kids, right? And that's because in their mind, that's who they are, that's what they're thinking of. So they're not really ready to go out there and buy, or at least a majority of kids, right? I know there are outliers out there who are going to probably buy some tax or some school thing, whatever, yeah. But those are outliers. But we're just talking about children in general, man. They want to buy cakes and shit like that. That's of course their mind is set that way, right? They're still children. So you have to understand how the supreme or the universe works with you, right? You have to grow within whatever you want. Make sure that you're matured enough, right? Can you take care of that thing? And the one thing I also notice, I think this is also, it catches the best of us now, right? When we have something, right, and that we had desired for a long time, and we see something better in our mind, we think that we see someone else having something and enjoying that thing, right? All of a sudden we want to neglect what we have and go after the next man or whatever dude we see, right? With a certain, maybe a similar item, but a different color or different model car. Maybe if you have a car, you like that car, and you see a different car, but different model, you desire that, and the mistake that we make is now we want to really reject what we have. Nothing wrong with admiring whatever else, whatever new model there is, but just tell yourself that you're not there yet. You may get there someday, or if you continuously work on yourself, right? But for now, work with what you have, whatever model you have, whether it's outdated, whether it's out of date, right? You just have to work with that, and that opportunity will come definitely, where you have to upgrade, or you're going to upgrade. It comes, you take it, but you don't rush into it, right? If you have the latest iPhone, for example, right, next year, I'm not an iPhone user, I've never owned an iPhone, but I usually see iPhone users, every year they have to upgrade, right? But iPhones are quite expensive. Now, if you need to upgrade your iPhone and you probably don't have cash, right? You can just chill with the old model. Of course, these days what they do is swap, and then you top up the cash, which is cool. You top up with cash, which is cool. But if you don't have that, or you just don't, you tell yourself, no, it's not. You can tell yourself, no, it's not the time. I'll get another model next time, a new model next time. Let me work with what I have right now. You don't always have to be upgrading your stuff like on a consistent basis, right? Every single year, right? If you cannot afford it, or if it's taking a strain in your finances, you don't have to do that. But if you can afford it, or you think it's something that's not it's going to help you out, cool. Of course, upgrading is very good, because what happens is that you are sort of advancing, and those specs, right, the specs that you're upgrading into will help you. So it's very important to upgrade. And that's what I say about the fact of the matter is that you don't upgrade if you cannot afford things. You do not upgrade if you're not ready to upgrade. So that's when you have to use whatever you have at that moment. And trust me, the Supreme knows when it's time to upgrade, when you're not ready, but you have to also be working on whatever, with whatever you have. Now, another mistake we do is that we're not using, or we don't use whatever items that we have. take an example of that iPhone, right? That is not to take a swipe on iPhone usership, but many people do have iPhones who are actually not using it the proper way or how it's supposed to be used, right? But every year they're upgrading. They don't have any YouTube videos or channel. They don't have any sort of Instagram. So what do you use it for? Just taking pics, which is cool, right? But is it giving you any value? Just taking pictures is not enough. That's why do you need to upgrade if it's just taking pics for yourself? Just stay with it. No need to upgrade next year. But if it's for YouTube, if it's for Instagram, where you know you can at least create value and make money, then you will have to upgrade, man. You have to upgrade, but it shouldn't be forced. Upgrade when you need to, but work with that whatever you have at the moment. So that was it. That was my talk for today. Right, work what you have right at the moment. Right, always things of upgrading and thinking of the higher self of you, but don't force matters. Things do come as long as you're working on yourself and working well with whatever you have, whatever situation you're in at that moment. With that said, it's been Alfred. Peace.